When it comes to COVID-19, the war won't be won without teamwork and money.
Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation.
Reddington Hospital, a private healthcare group, has joined forces with Lagos State to ramp up the accessibility of tests and spaces for the treatment of COVID-19.
The Armoured Shield Medical Center is an isolation center where concierge hospital care is provided in a boutique hospitality environment. Within this setting, we have also created the capability to offer high dependency and intensive care, including ventilator support and even other organ failure support, such as renal replacement therapy.
We are hopeful that these facilities which we are commissioning today will significantly boost the capacity of our dear state, Lagos State, and by extension, Nigeria, to defend our citizenry from the ravages of this disease.
I declare this magnificent edifice of a laboratory, a telemedicine operation, and a range of inpatient care open on this day.
As the blades of the scissors severed the ribbon, the facility was officially opened. The accreditation process is rigorous, but Lagos State Health Commissioner Professor Akin Abayomi says Reddington's Zane Lab and Armoured Shield Medical Center passed with flying colours.
Everything here has been done according to the blueprint. The testing, the telemedicine, the admission, the laboratory, everything is top shape. They've passed on all counts, and we're happy to say that we've given them the accreditation for both the laboratory and the inpatient care of COVID-19. We want private sector involvement, but obviously it has to go according to a strict governance protocol because it's a dangerous pathogen, and we can't have anybody just deciding they want to manage COVID-19. First of all, the test is very complicated. As you can see from the elaborate equipment in the laboratory, it's very sophisticated, it's very expensive. The staff require a very high level of training to be able to perform an accurate COVID-19 PCR test. And that test is very important that it's accurate, because if you give a false positive or you give a false negative, it could cost the patients their lives.
And with that, we were granted access to the testing facility to take a look at what patients can expect at the centre. After paying 50,400 naira, approximately $130 online, patients will be invited to the testing centre to give their details at this contactless reception centre. Experts say polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, is one of the most accurate methods for detecting, tracking and studying COVID-19. That's what's on offer here at the Armoured Shield Medical Center. Samples are taken from two areas of my body. First, a sterile swab is placed towards the back of my throat. Then, another is placed at the top of my nasal passage. The samples are then kept in a labelled test tube. After my sample was taken, it's brought into the testing facility for processing. No risks are taken. Once the sample makes its way into the building, each person my sample comes in contact with is dressed in personal protective equipment from head to toe and the tips of their fingers. Thereafter, the testing process begins, giving us the opportunity to see the state-of-the-art biosecure technology and equipment.
Sample comes into the laboratory. Sample goes in through this transfer chamber. This transfer chamber has a UV light inside that sterilizes whatever it is that is going in and whatever is coming out. You understand? So when a sample comes in, it goes in from here. Then the person here takes the sample from the other side. It has two windows, outside and inside. You understand? So at the end of work, whatever it is that is coming out cannot just come out immediately. It has to be transferred to this transfer chamber again.
It takes 24 to 48 hours for test results to be released. Should the test be positive, and depending on the symptoms a patient is displaying, the Armoured Shield ambulance will be making a trip from its base in Victoria Island to the patient's home. 30 kilometers away from the testing centre in Victoria Island is Ikeja, home to Armoured Shield's Isolation Treatment Centre. The facility offers 50 bed spaces, a level 3 intensive care unit, labour and delivery ward, and operating rooms for unexpected surgeries.
So for this centre, it's actually where we receive our COVID-19 patients. And these patients could be in different categories. Like the room you're in now is a level 3 ICU care. So this is where patients who have difficulty in breathing and other comorbidities come into this room. If you look around the room, you see there are various equipments which we use. You have the blood analyzer. You have the hemodialysis machine. This is where a patient comes in. Maybe they have some kidney failure, some level of kidney failure. Then we use this machine. Of course, you have your ventilators. You also have your syringe pumps, and so on. In every room, as we go through, you also find that we have our HEPA filters, which is really important for the air exchange here, because we also, as the staff of this particular center, want to be safe.
With Armoured Shield in the arsenal, Lagos State's medical artillery in the fight against COVID-19 just got more sophisticated and even stronger. Adefemi Akinsanya, Arise News, Lagos.